Yeah, absolutely.
A meeting long in the making, but held behind closed doors with the media barred. The presidency later describing the meeting with Elon Musk as positive, with further discussions with the owner of social media platform X likely to emerge in the future. On a day that saw President Ramaphosa engage in a roundtable geared towards critical mineral value chains, recognizing that the country's healthy mineral deposits could be a key catalyst for inclusive growth. And then later, at the New York Stock Exchange, where he spoke to dozens of business leaders supported by key cabinet ministers.
South Africa, under the able leadership of President Ramaphosa, firmly recognizes the importance of building an environment in which investors and investments can thrive. We are undertaking this by pursuing an economic strategy built on the following core fundamentals. Firstly, we aim to realign our industrial strategy in support of key growth sectors, including the green economy, smart agriculture and agro-processing, automotives, iron and steel, organic chemicals, and the digital economy. Our second intervention aims to ease the cost of doing business and reducing red tape in the investment value chain.
Tao also indicated that they'd put macroeconomic reforms in place with a view to addressing poverty, unemployment, and inequality, driving increased competition and addressing the country's infrastructure deficits as the president trumpeted a new era in the country.
Over the years, the ANC, which is the main party, continued to have other parties involved in the executive of the country to govern with it. We have now consolidated it on a voluntary basis, believing very firmly that there's a great deal of value in working together rather than in pulling in different directions. I should say that this development has been welcomed by even business people in our country. The level of confidence has now gone up enormously.
He said the level of cooperation in the GNU had been engendered by the spirit of former President Nelson Mandela, that he argued was propelling the country forward.
We've been a good market for investments to a number of US companies. And over time, I mean, some of them may well have had their doubts about the trajectory that we were pursuing. But today, with my very first visit here, we are saying South Africa has embarked on a new journey. It's almost like a new life. Some of the US business were describing the path that we are on now, that this is a new chapter.
Seeking to allay fears about the regulatory environment and red tape in the country.
The business environment is also good and it's improving. We are addressing issues such as the cost of doing business, of registering your business and the regulatory environment. And we are moving forward with great speed. Minister Tao spoke about the reforms also touching on things like visas and allowing even executives to come and do their business and work in South Africa from other countries. So all those matters are being addressed as part of our broad reform process, which is gaining momentum.
With this message from the CEO of the New York Stock Exchange.
We represent our issuers, 2,400 of them, with over $38 trillion in market capitalization. And importantly, our companies employ more than 40 million direct employees around the globe and countless more indirectly. Now, this community includes 7 companies that call South Africa home. And those companies make up $40 billion in market value. We understand the value and opportunity that South Africa offers investors. And we understand the leadership role that South Africa plays in economic development across the African continent and in the global economy.
Music to the ears of the South African delegation, with a clear invitation to investors to look at the country anew. With President Ramaphosa and his delegation ringing Monday's closing bell at the largest stock exchange in the world by market capitalization. Shervin Bryceby's SABC News.